David Goggins didn't grow up strong. He was born broken. A childhood filled with abuse, racism, and failure. His father was a violent man who beat his family and controlled their lives. His nights were filled with fear, his mornings with survival. He was overweight, insecure, and academically behind. No one would have guessed he'd one day become one of the toughest men alive, a Navy SEAL, an ultra-endurance athlete, and a living symbol of mental toughness. But that's exactly what makes his story brutal and beautiful. It's not about perfection. It's about transformation. The early struggle, living in fear. Goggins' early years were a storm of pain. He worked nights in his father's roller rink, beaten if he fell short. At school, he faced racism and humiliation. He developed a stutter, hated himself, and began building the habit of hiding from life. The trauma shaped him, but it also planted something deeper, a rage, a silent desire to one day fight back. He wasn't chasing greatness. He just wanted to stop being weak. The turning point? From nobody to Navy SEAL. Fast forward to his early 20s. He weighed nearly 300 pounds, spraying for cockroaches at night. No direction, no confidence, just existing. Then one night, he saw a Navy SEAL documentary on TV. Something inside him snapped. Not jealousy, not envy. It was realization. He was living way below his potential. That night, he made a promise. I will become a Navy SEAL. But the dream hit a wall. The maximum weight allowed for SEAL training was 191 pounds. He had only 3 months to lose over 100 pounds. Most people would laugh. He didn't. He ran miles every day, biked, swam, ate clean, and punished his body till it broke, and rebuilt it again. 3 months later, he made the weight. He entered BUD/S, Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL Training, and failed. Twice. Injury, pneumonia, broken bones. The ocean tried to destroy him. But he came back. Again and again. On his third try, he made it. He became one of the very few men to complete Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. That's not luck. That's obsession. 3. The 40% rule. Goggins' philosophy is simple but ruthless. When your mind says you're done, you're only at 40% of your potential. He believes the mind is the true battlefield. The body gives up only when the mind allows it to. Most people never push beyond comfort. They quit at the first sign of pain. But pain, he says, is the pathway to growth. He ran 100-mile races with broken legs, trained while bleeding, and tested limits that most would call insane. But his point isn't about masochism. It's about liberation. When you realize pain doesn't control you, nothing else can. 4. Callousing the mind. He calls it callousing your mind. The same way your hands harden after hard work. Every time you face something uncomfortable, your mind toughens. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you thicken your mental armor. Life won't stop throwing pain at you. The only thing you can control is how ready you are when it hits. Goggins kept pushing, running ultramarathons, breaking pull-up records, 4,030 in 17 hours, and turning suffering into a mindset. He learned to love the pain, not because it feels good, but because it builds power. 5. Accountability mirror. One of Goggins' most powerful tools was something simple, a mirror. He wrote all his weaknesses on sticky notes and slapped them across it. Fat, lazy, insecure. Every morning, he faced himself. No filters, no lies, just truth. The accountability mirror became his battleground. Each note was a mission. Lose weight. Stop lying. Work harder. He didn't look for motivation. He created responsibility. 6. The cookie jar. When you're deep in struggle, your mind plays tricks. It tells you you've had enough, that quitting is fine. That's when Goggins goes into his cookie jar, a mental storage of every victory he's ever earned. Each time he overcame something, he stored it there. So when life pushed him to the edge, he reminded himself, "You've been here before. You've done harder things. Keep going, God. It's not arrogance, it's memory. Proof that you're stronger than your mind's lies." 7. Taking souls. One of his most aggressive mindsets is taking souls. It means outperforming people who doubt you. When others expect you to quit, you go harder. When they mock you, you smile and run past them. You take their doubt and you make it fuel. He used this mentality during SEAL training. When instructors tried to break him, he pushed further. Not to prove them wrong, but to prove he could rise in darkness. 8. The suffering mindset. Pain is not the enemy. Avoidance is. Goggins believes most people live half dead, always looking for comfort, always hiding from pain. He calls this the soft life, but growth happens in discomfort. He trained his mind to crave challenge. If something scared him, that's where he went next. Because he understood that pain exposes truth. It shows who you really are when everything is stripped away. 9. The mind is a weapon. Goggins' story isn't about fitness or running. It's about reclaiming control. He sees the mind as a weapon, one most people never sharpen. Every excuse dulls it. Every fear weakens it. But when you push past fear, discipline carves a sharper edge. He turned mental toughness into a daily practice, waking at 4 a.m., training relentlessly, writing his goals, tracking his performance, and attacking each weakness until it had no life left. Mastering the inner dialogue. Goggins doesn't believe in motivation. It's temporary. He believes in self-mastery. Your mind will try to talk you out of everything that matters. You can't silence it, but you can dominate it. Every day, he talks back to that inner voice. He reminds it who's in charge. You are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential. That's the sentence that defines him. 11. Purpose beyond pain. What drives him now isn't ego, it's purpose. He uses his story to show others that it's possible to rebuild, no matter how broken you are. He believes every human being has an untapped level of greatness waiting to be unlocked, but only through suffering, honesty, and discipline. The message of Can't Hurt Me isn't be like Goggins. It's be your own savage. The book ends where it began, with pain. But this time, pain isn't his prison. It's his freedom. Final message. David Goggins turned trauma into power. He proved that the human mind is capable of far more than comfort ever allows. He didn't escape his demons. He learned to run beside them. That's the heart of Can't Hurt Me. No one is coming to save you. You can't hide from pain. You can only grow through it. The mountain, the fear, the weakness. It's all part of the same climb. And at the top stands one truth. You can't hurt me.